In this video, we're going to get the measurements down. The first thing is, let's get those measurements off the whiteboard and onto a piece of paper, kind of freeing up the whiteboard for us. So now that we have that all transferred, next step is the hardest measurement I think to get, which is the body fat percentage. I did go online to Amazon and I purchased a little package that has both a little measuring tape as well as the body fat calipers with a spring for tension. I have a little unboxing which I'll show you guys right now. So it looks like this calculates your BMI as well as giving you measurements. Guess you put in your weight in kilos along the edge, the red, and then your height is in the black there, and then it kind of gives you a readout depending on what it is. I guess it's just an all-in-one tool. The main thing we kind of wanted from here. And this is the caliper. There's this spring which kind of gives it its own consistent tension. So as it clamps up, it goes up and up, skinfold thickness in millimeters, and then I think you got to plug that into some equations, and then you get your body fat percentage. Actually, yeah, there it is. So convert your skinfold measurements into percent of body fat. So I guess we'll be using something like this to determine my body fat percentage and track it over the time. The last thing in there is this little bag to keep it all together. And now that we have the tools, let's get into getting the actual measurements. Now there's two ways that I've read up on how to do this. One is the one that came with the calipers, and that's the 4-point method. There's another one that muscleandstrength.com, they use the 7-point method. I'm assuming the 7-point is more accurate as it takes more measurements, but we'll go ahead and do both, plug them into some online calculators and see what we come out with for the body fat percentage. Alright, so now we're set up to get the measurements done. I am going to be taking both the 4 measurement method as well as the 7 measurement method. I'm going to try and do what I can here, because some measurements I'll have to get someone else to help me with. So for what I can do, I have the mirror here so I can read it if I'm unable to at that point. And yeah, what we're going to do is whatever measurement area we're doing, say we're starting with chest, they want us to take 3 measurements and then average it out so we get a kind of reading there. The first measurement is the chest. So for that, what they want you to do is go from a halfway point between the nipple and your shoulder. So right about here, take a pinch like that and put the caliper there. So, got the caliper. Let's see if I can do this by myself.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
So it turns out getting the measurements by myself was harder than I expected. So what I did was pause the video, get someone to help me, and get them that way. Now I'm not going to bore you guys with showing you how I got the measurements because it turned out to be pretty boring. So what I am going to do is jump straight into the online calculators and plug in the measurements that I calculated and go from there. So taking what measurements I got from my body fat percentage from the online calculators, I plugged that into the TDEE, which is the Total Daily Energy Expenditure calculator online. So with the calculator, I was able to calculate my BMI, my basal metabolic rate, my daily caloric intake to maintain this weight. And yeah, with that daily caloric intake, I can use that to decrease a certain amount of calories per day to increase my deficit, which would help to lose weight. In addition, my other measurements have come in. So my lab work came in. Most of the values were in the normal range, which is a good sign. My vitamin D was low as anticipated, so I will be starting to take the vitamin D supplement hopefully regularly. So with the baseline looking okay, I think it's time to get started on this journey, and that's what the next video will be. It'll probably be the day 1. So let's see how this goes. So if anyone else is following along with this, good luck, and I'll see you guys in the next one.